What is going on, everyone? How's it going today? Welcome to today's video. Today is Saturday, Sunday, depending on where you're watching. I really do appreciate all of you tuning in today. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Let me know if we are officially live. As you can go ahead and see, we are in a different scenario, or scenery if you want to go ahead and call it. I did mention I was going to go ahead and go for vacation, so bear with me with my whole entire setup that we had, which I'm definitely going to go ahead and be showing you some behind the scenes of how my setup looks. It's freaking crazy. But we got to do what we got to work with, right? I did bring as much equipment as possible as I could. Let me go ahead and check officially if we are live. I'm tuning in, live streaming a little bit unusual time than usual, and that's just because I mentioned we are on vacation. So we're gonna go ahead and work with what we can, but I definitely do not want to go ahead and not stream for all of you, because I do believe there's a massive breakout coming out very soon. How's it going, Dab Master? How's it going, bro? I hope you're having a great day today, or a good night, or a good morning, or a good afternoon. Where are you from, man, by the way? Hey, Happy, how's it going? Really appreciate you tuning in for me today. Really do appreciate all of you. We're gonna go ahead, let me know how the audio looks or sounds. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an echo. I kind of do hear an echo in the background, and as I mentioned, just bear with me. I'm not in my setup as usual. We are in vacation, so I definitely do not want to go ahead and miss out on any content. I am looking at the markets 24/7, even though we are in vacation. We're still looking at the markets. Why? Because I'm in a position myself. I'm trading, and I definitely want to go ahead and keep all of you updated with all the news. So shout out to Oregon. I always wanted to go to Oregon, man. It looks like Oregon's really nice. I want to go to Oregon. That'd probably definitely be my next state to go ahead and visit for sure. Audio sounds fine to me. Awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0. I'm gonna be looking a little bit different because my setup right here, I have literally my monitor right here to my right side. I have my laptop right here where I have all my recording, my camera as well. So you're gonna see me look to my right a lot. Don't think I'm ignoring you or not, doing any eye contact. It's just the fact that my monitor is right here. So I'm trying to work with the best, unless I go ahead and come up with the next, with a little bit better setup in the next coming days, then I'll go ahead and adjust it. But right now, just bear with me. I kind of just got this all up together last night when I came, and yeah, I'm just trying to go ahead and bear with all the whole entire setup. So hopefully the setup worked out perfect. And let's go ahead and see how long we could go ahead and do this. I live in Bend. Come visit. I got blunts. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. Definitely, man. I definitely need to go ahead and take a look at an Oregon. It looks really nice, man. I'm like, I really like the woods, so I would definitely like to go ahead and check out Oregon. Do they have good weed over there, by the way? Burry says, with $2,700 invest in Pepe 2.0, now I have $14,000, but I don't sell just because I have a feeling with this on Pepe 2.0. Damn, bro, congratulations, Burry. I want to go ahead and tell you, congratulations on that position, man. $2,700 into $14,000, man. Congratulations on that. Hopefully that money could go ahead and do you some good. I don't want to go ahead and tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor, right? But definitely go ahead and just take some profits, man. Have some profits and decide. I've taken a little bit over $15,000 in profits as well myself. I'm still in a position right now, so I'm a little bit over $4,000 in profits right now with my other position. I'm not sure how you're trading this. If you're using this like on a decentralized exchange, I guess it kind of makes sense why you're holding on to your position. But since I am using leverage, I do have to pay a little bit more, but my risk gets lower and lower every time I do go ahead and take profits, and I actually could go ahead and actually make even about almost the same amount of money with the lower risk, right? Which I'm going to go ahead and show all of you my positions right now. So I do have a feeling about some sort of bull run coming in. I do think Pepe 2.0 could go ahead and surpass 40 million market cap, and it's looking really good. I think we're going to make a good little bag, maybe it's a six-figure bag on Pepe 2.0 is something I'm definitely looking forward to. As I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and try to stay as neutral as possible, not try to get too emotional with the money. Really do appreciate all the money that's coming in right now with all these nice little trades that we're doing, but this is definitely something we're not going to go ahead and let our psyche mindset when it comes to psychology really ruin us, right? So that's kind of the reason why I'm taking the approach of taking profits, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my position right now. But I definitely do agree with you. There is a feeling of some sort of bull run coming in right now at the moment. Dabmaster says yes, they do. I just let me see, I can't really read the comment. Let me read it on my phone. Hold on, give me 1 second. Dabmaster says yes, I do. I just sold my cannabis farm. Nice, bro. That's sick. That's sick. That's a really good business to be in, man. I know that's a really good business to be in the cannabis industry, especially around the areas of California and Oregon and Washington. There's a lot of money to be made. I'm not sure if it's the same like it used to be back in the day, like years ago, where it wasn't like fully legalized, but to those people that are in the US, understand how like anywhere from California to like Oregon and all those places, dude, finding like the best weed, it's like the easiest thing ever, right? It's like literally going down to the liquor store and buying weed from your corner store. It's really that common nowadays. But yeah, man, but let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0. I really appreciate all of you tuning in today. Go ahead and comment down below any other projects you want me to go ahead and talk about. We're going to go ahead and start off with Pepe 2.0, showing my position. I actually added more to my position, so we're going to go ahead and see how that's playing out so far. But as always, go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below on the stream and on the comment section. If you're looking at this pre-recorded, $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to go ahead and create an account. If you already have an account, go ahead and support me by just creating another account. But I do want to go ahead and say, as always, go ahead and follow all your regulations and rules. There is some regions where it's blocked, so I would always go ahead and suggest all of you, follow the authority and, listen to whatever guidelines they have going on. But let's go ahead and talk about let me know if the music is a little too loud, by the way. Let's go ahead and talk about my position right now with Pepe 2.0. Actually, I have another position too that I added to, was Bonk, which I actually opened a trade on. I have a little bit over $1,800 right now in with the 6x leverage. I'm not using too much on leverage right now. I've noticed right now with the volatility in the market, there's a lot of money to be made, but there's also a lot of money to be lost. So be very careful. Don't ever go all in into a position, even if especially if you're using leverage. I would never suggest all of you, if for example you have $1,000, don't throw in all $1,000 all at once. Go ahead and throw it into portions, $40, $60, $80, $100, and then start buying up those dips, because realistically, no one really knows where the bottom is. I don't even know where the bottom is. I've never timed the bottom. There's been times where I almost timed the bottom and the tops, but it's something that I can't go ahead and guarantee you and tell you that that's something I'm really good at. I just go ahead and dollar cost average into my position, slowly load up, and then minimize my risk when it comes to that. And then if I believe I'm feeling very comfortable with the position that it's going to, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend, I go ahead and either minimize my position or I add more to my leverage. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that right now. As you could go ahead and see on the screen right now, we have Bonk right now trading with 6x leverage. I added a little bit over $1,800. I apologize for that. I had a little bit over $1,800 into my position, and right now on Pepe 2, I added quite a bit, right? I had to buy the dip. I had to buy the dip. So I really do hope a lot of you did buy the dip on Pepe 2. I think it's looking pretty juicy in my opinion. Currently still right now my total equity of my account is about $20,000. About available margin, I have about $10,000, so I'm not looking to go ahead and use up all of that. That's going to be more of a safety net to go ahead and buy the dips, or go ahead and add more to a position if it's getting closer to getting liquidation or any of that. I think I should be set with the positions that I'm in right now. Bonk looks like it's about to go ahead and pop off with a massive explosion to the upside, and same thing with Pepe 2.0. And this is the reason why I went ahead and decided to go ahead and live stream, because I do believe that we are going to be having a massive move to the upside. It looks like Pepe 2.0 already had their little dip. It looks like Bonk did as well, and both of these positions look like they're getting ready to go ahead and pop off. So if this is the kind of video you want to go ahead and you definitely do not want to go ahead and miss out, right? So let's go ahead and start out with Pepe 2.0 on how the Pepe 2.0 position is looking like. Let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart. So I did mention yesterday that we were riding around this area of resistance still at the 75250, and that is still an area that we need to go ahead and break through. But we did even go as low as this area of support where we talked about it, being lost, which is around the 6141. I was a little bit more bearish around the zone with Pepe 2.0. I'm gonna be honest with you. As I mentioned, I try to stay as neutral as possible, even though I've made a nice little decent return on my Pepe 2.0 position, and I know there's a lot more money and more room to go ahead and make money on. I want to go ahead and stay as neutral, right? I don't want to be overly bullish, which is being overly optimistic. Being overly optimistic then results to being delusional. I don't want to go ahead and do that. And as well, I don't want to be overly bearish when I want to go ahead and short this down to zero, knowing that we are in an uptrend, right? So we want to go ahead and stay in between. And that's the reason why I was a little bit bearish with my last couple videos. As of yesterday, I had probably released over 3 live streams or something like that, something very crazy. and I did one title like emergency update on Pepe 2.0, right? Luckily it looked like it's doing pretty well right now, but this is the reason why I want to stay neutral, because at the end of the day my money's on the line. And if I go ahead and lie to you, I'm pretty much lying to myself, right? So I want to go ahead and stay as neutral as possible. So please bear with me if you see my change where it's either, you know, somewhat bearish or a little bit overly bullish. It's because I'm trading, and obviously this really does affect my position as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the both neutral sides of things, right? So let's go ahead and read the questions right now with what's going on. Let's see what Dab Master is saying. Yes, they do. I just sold my cannabis business. I really think we will break all-time high. I'm just building a bag. Still, I'm over 50 billion. Nice. I buy any dip, but I'm okay losing it all. Yeah, that's kind of the mentality you want to have when it comes to all these positions. Some of you might be comfortable losing 20 to 30, 40, $50,000, and some of you might not. You know, some of you, that kind of money, you know, $20,000, $30,000 might be life-changing money for you. So just understand your risk to reward. Understand that any of this could literally just dump by tomorrow. We really don't know. We actually had a massive dip today that I'm sure a lot of people got liquidated on, and that's kind of the reason why I wanted to go ahead and talk about it today on the live stream. So just be very careful. Always only invest in where you're willing to lose, and always know that not because we see patterns it's a guaranteed, right? We don't know where the top or the bottom is. This is the reason why we do technical analysis, to go ahead and get the higher probabilities of an outcome of what's going to happen, but it's never 100%. There's no such thing as anybody ever knowing 100% where the market's going to go. That Master says, because it's not leverage, I can sleep at night. Hello, yeah, man, 100% leverage. These last 2 freaking weeks, bro, have been freaking killing me. I'm telling you, I've been sleeping. The last 2 weeks, I was sleeping like probably 2 to 3 hours a day, half asleep, like checking my phone every minute. You know, not wanting to go to sleep, going to sleep very late to go ahead and check onto my position. Luckily, that paid off. You know, grew the account from $120 all the way up to, you know, as you saw right now, a little bit over $20,000 in profits right now. Cash on hand about 10,000. So it paid off, right? It paid off. But we're not going to go ahead and settle in there. We're not going to go ahead and get wrecked by our emotions. We're going to go ahead and try to play this market as smart as possible and as neutral as possible. So we need to always go ahead and be aware of that. But yeah, if you're not comfortable using leverage, I wouldn't suggest any of you. Leverage is super risky. I mean, shit coins are already risky to begin with, so imagine using leverage. That's like meme coins on steroids, bro. And you can make a lot of money, but you could also go ahead and lose everything. So be very careful. Vernon, how's it going? Hello there. Hello. Hope you're having a great day today. Good night. Good morning. Glenn, did you get in bonk around 6,400? That's a great question, bro. We're gonna go ahead and talk about bonk right now. We're gonna go ahead and look at my position, my entries of what I jumped into. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that right now. Tillery Mills, congratulations. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I know you're having a nice little bag with the team over there at Vegas Inu. A lot of big things are going on with the team. I know you guys just got a shout out from My Crypto Journey, which is another pretty big influencer. So it's pretty cool, man. Congratulations. I know you're sitting in a nice little bag yourself. I'm assuming probably a nice little $15,000 to $20,000 bag yourself. So congratulations to that on you. As I mentioned, chat, it's all about, you know, just being patient, sticking to one project that you believe in. And for me, Pepe 2.0 has always been a project I believed in. So as long as you believe in one project, trust me, you're going to go ahead and do very well. You're going to be very successful, and all it takes is just one project. Get out of the mentality that it takes multiple projects. Some people day trade in and out of this market, but it's all about understanding how that token moves, how the community is there. You know, some people might be better at trading Bitcoin than trading shit coins. It's 2 different specialties. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe someone that trades Bitcoin might not understand how the movement of Pepe 2.0 or shitcoins move, right? So there's room for everybody, and everybody is somewhat of an expert in their own field. Just as I don't trade Bitcoin that much, I trade shitcoins, and to me, shitcoins is like what gets me excited, gets me up and running, and most importantly, I understand the way they move, right? So everybody's gonna have their own point of view. So we have to understand that, especially in the space of Web3, right? That master says, "You're killing it, man. I keep watching because I'm impressed." I really appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you a lot. I wouldn't be able to do this without any of you guys all being here today and chat. That's what literally keeps me pushing every day. Like whether I'm tired, whether I don't feel like doing a live stream. All of you that are here today right now are what gets me going every day. Like I literally wake up every morning thinking about like I can't wait to go ahead and go on live stream. Like I really enjoy talking to every one of you, meeting all of you, even though it's virtually. It really feels like we have a very strong connection with all of you. We talk literally on Twitter, talking about Twitter. Check me out on Twitter at ALTCOIN John. Feel free to DM me. As I mentioned, my goal is to go ahead and grow together as a community. It's all about you win, I win, I win, you win. It's all about helping each other, right? Especially with this whole entire big, massive bull run that's going to be coming in the next couple months or couple years, right? So my goal is really to go ahead and form that very strong community that we could go ahead and really do massive things. Trust me. With the community, you're able to accomplish a lot more than just with one person, right? So I appreciate all of you. We're literally, the channel's been growing like crazy views, crazy subscribers, and that's all because of you, right? So I want to appreciate all of you showing love, showing support. It really does help me get through, especially these days when we were in the bear market, when it was really hard, where the channel decreased by a lot and it just felt like there was no hope. And the Pepe 2.0 play that we're getting right now, the momentum that we're getting in the market, it's a reminder that even though you're going through very hard times in your life, there's going to be that moment that all it takes is just to be consistent, and we're eventually going to go ahead and hit it, right? We all we need is just one win. All we need is one win, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the position on Bonk, because who was it? Was it Glenn? Glenn asked about my position on Bonk right now. So right now, this is my position on Bonk. As you can see, my entry point was around, average entry was 7474. So I didn't get around the 6,400, but let's go ahead and check where my order history is at. And let's see where that's sitting at. Let's see, Bonk. Yeah, I didn't get it in around that zone, man. I got it in around 6415, and then I got it into, what else? 7435. And then I got another one into 7464, 7463, 7533. It's like I got in at a pretty high price, man. Yeah, I didn't get it in 6400. I didn't get it to 6400. I got it at a higher price, but even right now, because of the breakout that I'm looking to go ahead and capture, I do think this position could go ahead and go a little bit over $1,000, hopefully $3,000. That'd be a nice little trade if we could go ahead and capture $3,000 off the trade, and that's really on the low end, right? With the position that I have right now with Bonk, if we do go ahead and approach, I think the 0.19 or the 0.20, or sorry, the 0.90 to the 0.10 area, I think that's about $2,000 to $3,000. We're gonna go ahead and check our position right now. But before we went on live on stream, I was up around $400 in that position. I just opened up that trade earlier a couple hours ago, right? So I was just having technical issues with connection right here where I'm at right now. It's just, I've been having all these issues, right? So I've been trying my best to go live for the past probably 30 minutes. But my position earlier on Bonk was a little bit over $400, and I just opened up this trade today. It's looking really bullish. We're gonna go ahead and look at the charts into that. But yeah, I loaded up on my Pepe 2.0 position. I have a little bit over $5,000 into that position, and that's just because I'm feeling extremely bearish. I had a little bit over $1,200 yesterday, and I slowly added onto my position yesterday, but it looks and it's giving us signs that we are in an uptrend. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all of that right now, and let's go ahead and see right here. Tillery says, thank you, bro. We're going to eat 100%, man. We are going to eat. We're going to be all eating together. Glenn, Turbo and Pepe 2 15-minute chart looks very similar. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Turbo right now. Vernon says, kind of jealous of you. Here I am getting mega wrecked and you are printing that money. Hey, man, I've gotten wrecked so many times, man. You can literally go back to all my live streams and my videos. I've gotten wrecked so many freaking times these last couple months. Just stick to it, bro. Just believe in yourself and just keep on pushing. There's really no secret behind that, right? It's all about looking for the right opportunity, looking for the right trade setups. I have a few right now that I'm going to go ahead and share. Hopefully you could go ahead and change that around. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I could just go ahead and show you what has been working for me. Might not work for you, but you know, my goal is for all of us to make money. I don't get that much satisfaction if I'm the only one getting money. I just don't. I really don't. Like, the money that I have right now that I've made, it's cool, but it doesn't really satisfy me too much. What satisfies me the most is I'm helping all of you, you know, make similar gains, and that's what's going to get me more excited when I hear, you know, stories about, you know, I got in and now I'm $14,000 up, you know, $20,000 up, or you know, I made $3,000 in this position. Even if I'm not in it, dude, that just gets me excited. So I guess I just get a high off someone else's success. You know what I mean? So like, I definitely do want to go ahead and see you win as well, and trust me, man, your time's gonna come. You could go back to all my videos, and I've gotten wrecked so many times. So this is not something that you get lucky with. This is not something that, you know, happens commonly. This happened because I've lost a lot of freaking money. I've gotten scammed a lot. I've lost a lot on trades didn't go my way. But all it really takes sometimes is, as long as you continue to be persistent and be consistent and disciplined and not give up, you're eventually going to go ahead and come across a trade setup that's literally going to be life-changing for you, and it's going to make up for all the losses that you made. And it's more importantly going to help you with your mentality, right? Because it's more of like, all those losses are all little lessons that are going to help you become better overall, man. So I believe in you, bro. I believe in you. Just believe in yourself and trust me, it's going to happen. But this is kind of the reason why I'm very transparent with my positions and all that, because this is not something that happens very common, right? This is not going to happen forever. We know that this sort of bull run that we have going on, it's not going to happen forever. The money that we're making right now, the money that we're making off Pepe, we don't know where the top is. We don't know where the bottom is, right? Maybe this is the top, right? No one knows, and that's kind of the thing. You have to go ahead and keep in mind that a bull run's not going to go on forever. It's just a matter of when it stops. And this is the reason why I've been taking profits, because I don't know where the top is. I've gotten wrecked so many freaking times, lost thousands of dollars and everything because of the fact that I didn't have the right mindset when it came to any of this. And I learned that it's not about trading. It's on the more you have to keep this in mind. The more you trade, the more money you lose. Sometimes you're better off only trading once and then taking a break. After I made my freaking $20,000, whatever it was, I think $15,000 that I made, and I closed my position. I closed $11,000 live with all of you, right? As soon as I did that, I didn't touch the market for a while. I took a break. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let this money sit. If it dumps, it is what it is. If it goes up higher, I really don't care, because I needed a mental break for myself, because I felt really exhausted. And that's kind of the reason why right now I'm also on vacation, is to go ahead and kind of get my mind off of trading. But here I am, vacation and still streaming and still trading. So it's very difficult. But as I mentioned, all it takes is one win. And I've lost thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I could tell you I've probably been a negative millionaire because of all the money that I've lost over all the years of trading, right? This is kind of the reason why I go ahead and show you all of this and tell you this. It's let's see, Verdon, let's see, yeah, we appreciate you, man. You are truly one of the best people in this space. I appreciate you, man. By the way, do you remember me? I talked to you on stream a while back. I was on some Lisa streams. I do remember, bro. I do remember. Yes. I don't recall your name, Vernon. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember. But when you told me about Lisa, yes, I do remember. And like, feel free to message me on Twitter, bro. Like, feel free to message me on Twitter, DM me, you know, hit me up. Like, if you have any questions when it comes to any positions that you're in, or any positions that we talk about on live stream. And I encourage all of you to go ahead and do this, right? Like, I talk to, you know, Tillery a lot. I talk to a few of you a lot. So like, you know, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. I do welcome all that, especially right now. Take advantage that the channel is very small. The channel is very small, chat. No one really knows who ALTCOIN John is, right? So like, you get the chance to go ahead and, you know, build that connection more with each other through Twitter, whatever the case is, live streams, DM me. So when the channel pops off and I'm over 100,000 subscribers, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to go ahead and go in depth with this kind of attention that I could go ahead and give back, right? So you kind of have the opportunity. Look at the golden opportunity right here. I could guarantee you, I know the channel is going to hit 100,000. I don't know when, but I do know that this channel is going to grow a lot. It has been growing like crazy, and I know it will. This is the reason why I encourage all of you, reach out to me on Twitter, build that relationship with me right now. That way, so when the channel blows off, we can still go ahead and have a tight community with all of those that have been very, very long-term supporters, right? So I do encourage all of you, follow me on Twitter, DM me, message me. Right now, you literally have the freedom to go ahead and do that. Once the channel gets a little bit bigger, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to go ahead and get back to everybody, you know, reach out and all of that. So I really do encourage all of you to go ahead and do that. But let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0 right now before we can go ahead and go a little bit further into this. Just give me 1 second.
That's good, bro.
Alright, I'm back. So let's go ahead and look into Pepe 2 right here on the charts. We're going to go ahead and look into the reason why I decided to go ahead and enter a little bit more onto my trade. We're going to go ahead and see this right here. So we have found this area of support around this 6246, and we did see a massive pump to the upside right now, which could possibly be an area of resistance around the 6863. So be very, very careful with this position right here. We did see a massive dump right here after we got rejected at the 7130. As I mentioned, one thing that's very, very common with Pepe 2.0, the way it moves, is that we see a lot of volatility going on when it's consolidating. We see this massive consolidation period where it just, you know, sticks around here for a while before it has a massive pump, and they tend to go ahead and do a massive, you know, fake outs multiple times. I mean, look at this right here. Even if you look at this, you'll be probably almost like freaking out, because you see this like getting ready to squeeze, it squeezes up and then it loses support. It's like, this is like, it looks almost pretty bearish to me, right? So I've captured this this trade multiple times before it went to the upside. So just because I've been analyzing Pepe 2.0, I kind of understand the way this kind of likes to go ahead and play around with a lot of people's emotions, and this is like one thing that I always mention, right? Trading is not so much about freaking reading patterns, bro. It's all about, you know, understanding the kind of game that they're playing behind us. So right now, to me, it's looking neutral. It's not looking the most bullish, but on the longer time frame, it does look really bullish in my opinion. Glenn says it dumps down to the 200 moving average. What happens? I think right now, if you look, the RSI has kind of crossed on the 15-minute chart. We are in an area of resistance. We are more than likely probably going to go ahead and consolidate here for a while before we get a breakout. As I mentioned, it is kind of a weekend. Usually when we see weekend pumps, it's kind of a hit or miss. They usually do happen, but it's something that's kind of neutral, just due to the fact that some people just want to go ahead and spend time with the family, enjoy themselves. They don't want to be trading over a weekend, right? But usually weekend pumps and dumps are usually the time that they happen in. So this is kind of the reason why you have to be aware of the market, you know, kind of almost 24/7, and be aware of what's going on, right? Right now we did see, even if we go back to the 15-minute chart, look, we're gonna go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart right here. We see that we had this massive dump right here down to the downside, back to its area of support at the 6138, which is an area where I loaded up on, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart is doing kind of the same thing, as we see, you know, creating a lower low. So hopefully we don't lose this area of support right here and back test the 5 area again. We could still go ahead and consolidate here before trying to retest this breakout again, but you know, the fact that we have broken, or the fact that we haven't broken this area of resistance, that we've been struggling, it's not looking too good, right? So maybe if this next breakout to the upside we do have, it's going to be a massive pump, and I do believe we will be making new all-time highs. But let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hourly chart right now. And looking at the 4-hourly chart, this looks freaking bullish. Like, I don't see no reason to be really bearish. Yeah, the shorter time frames do look pretty bearish in my opinion to me, so I would completely understand where you're coming from. But in my opinion, at the 4-hourly chart, it's looking pretty good. It's not looking the best. I wouldn't say it's looking so freaking bullish, but it's looking pretty good, right? And as I mentioned, we've noticed that with Pepe 2.0, it has this sort of manipulation that it continues to go ahead and do over and over again, that we need to really go ahead and focus at these areas of resistance. So looking at the 4-hourly, hopefully we could go ahead and retest this area of resistance one more time before the breakout. If not, as long as we go ahead and hold above the 6271, or even as low as 5666, then we're still good as long as we're in this channel, right? I don't expect a massive pump to happen. If it does, it's definitely going to go ahead and wreck a lot of shorts, and that's why we have these weekend you know, volumes coming in where they literally wreck the whole entire market. I mean, looking at the daily also, it looks like we have tried twice to go ahead and break through that resistance, but the last time we had that massive pump to the upside, we did break through that, right? And that was just, I'm assuming that was shorts getting liquidated. So in my opinion, we are looking pretty good. We could even go as low as, literally as low as 5013 and still be pretty bullish, and even as low as 3765 and still go ahead and be bullish. So obviously we don't want to go ahead and go down to the levels of a 376 area, just due to the fact that there's a high probability that it is going to go ahead and look more bearish for us, and we don't want to go ahead and test these areas right here, because this is going to mean it's going to take us longer to go ahead and get back above and break our area of resistance. So either way, in my opinion, Pepe 2.0 looks bullish to me. This is kind of the reason why I do like taking profits, because at the end of the day, we really don't know where the top or the bottom is. But so far, to me, everything's looking good. It's looking kind of neutral right now. We're going to go ahead and see if we could go ahead and retest this area right here at the 7445 and try to break through that one more time. But as I mentioned, if you go back to our previous history of the way it's consolidated here, we've seen it test the area of resistance multiple times, break its area of support, retest it one more time, and then the last chance just literally just skyrockets freaking Pepe 2.0. So this is something we have been going through for the past freaking pumps, bro. I mean, look at these. Look at these. Look, you can't make any of this shit up. Like, if you look at these areas right here, we see resistance, we dump below support, which, you know, we break support becomes resistance. That's not a good sign, right? And we've seen this time and over again, where we break below it, we're consolidating, and thus out of nowhere we just freaking moon, right? So we've been seeing this since over here, these previous breakouts. So all of you just have to go ahead and just be very, very cautious, be very, very prepared that we will go ahead and have multiple fake outs, as we have been having. I did mention on yesterday's stream that if we were to go ahead and lose this area of support, I'd be very, very bearish, especially if we go ahead and break down below 5395. But we broke below it, we broke back through resistance like nothing, and we've been consolidating at this area of support. Can we go ahead and break this area of support down right here and test the 5385 still and consolidate here before breaking out one more time? Yes, 100%. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, because the whales are trying to just shake out as many people as they can. But if you zoom out on the 40-minute chart, you still see that we are in somewhat of an uptrend. I mean, look at this channel. We are in an uptrend channel. So we're consolidating, getting ready for some sort of big movement, whether that's to the upside or to the downside. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, no one really knows, but in my opinion, I think it's lining up pretty bullish, and everything's looking good. Don't expect too much volatility during this whole entire weekend. As I mentioned, if we do have a breakout, we might have a breakout either by tonight, tomorrow, or probably Monday. We should go ahead and see some sort of movement, but I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidate here for a while. I mean, we pumped a little bit over 300%, which is a little bit over a 3x. So we went from, I think it was like a 12 million market cap all the way up to like testing 35 million market cap. Then we had about like almost 13 to 15 million dollars vanish literally as soon as we had that pump. So we're still very bullish. If you look at that perspective, like, we can go up forever, right? And I always tell you that the higher we go over time without having a retracement go down, it's actually quite a little bit more bearish, because we really don't know where the support resistance is. At least right now, one thing that we could go ahead and say pretty confidently is that we could go ahead and say that our support right now so far is at the 4966. So we're bullish. We could even go as low as a 4966 and we'll still be bullish. We could even go as low as even at the 0.3 in my opinion and still be bullish. Now the only thing is, it's just going to take us longer to go ahead and retest these levels, and hopefully we could go ahead and break through them. But realistically, we could even go down as a 3248 and still be bullish, for sure. But it's just going to take us longer to approach that 100 million market cap and all of that. So that's kind of the reason why you have to be careful, especially if you're using leverage. You know, a dump like that to the downside, you're talking about, you know, potentially being a 27% dump, or even as low as another additional 49% dump. you could get wrecked, you know. Verdon says, really hope you could all catch that mega pump on this eventually. I would love some if I could. Yeah, man, definitely go ahead and check out. Right now it's consolidating. As I said, I wouldn't recommend going all in. I would just recommend a lot of you just add slowly to your position, as I had been doing these last couple days. As I mentioned, my position total is now at $5,000 added to it right now, about $3.8 thousand in profits. So it's looking pretty good. And then we have Bonk, which we're going to go ahead and talk about right now. That could be a little alpha for a lot of you that are trading Pepe 2.0. And we could go ahead and see on Bonk the reason why I'm bullish and the reason why I ended up buying into Bonk. And hopefully, you know, none of this is financial advice, but hopefully you could go ahead and catch this little nice trade to the upside as well with us. And the reason why I went ahead and bought this, it's really simple. You know, one of my favorite patterns that I always talk about is this cup and handle pattern that we always see. It's not always 100%, but when it does break out, we usually have these massive move to the upside. So I'm looking at Bonk retesting these levels back at the 8897 and possibly even above that and breaking towards the 10-11-10. So to me, that's looking really bullish in my opinion. We could go ahead and expect a little bit of consolidation around this area right here, and as well on the RSI we do see that it's also forming that cup and handle pattern. But as I always mention, you don't want to go ahead and rely solely on just indicators. You don't want to ever just rely on any of that. You want to go ahead and stay neutral, use the indicators, use the momentum, use the volatility, and then look for an entry point for yourself to whatever you feel comfortable trading in. And looking at the 15-minute chart, we're also showcasing the same thing, right? You want to go ahead and have multiple validators where it shows, whether it's on the 15-minute chart, the 20-minute chart, the 1 hour chart, where it shows multiple opportunities for you to go ahead and validate that it is possibly going to go ahead and pump to the upside, right? You never want to go ahead and look at just the 5-minute chart, just a 3-minute chart, the 15-minute chart. For me personally, as I mentioned, it's all based on whatever you feel comfortable with. For me personally, as all of you go ahead and see whenever I'm live streaming, I like to go ahead and check the 15-minute chart, the 5, the 3, the 45, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and then a weekly. Weekly right now, I don't like to check those too much, especially on meme tokens. They're a little bit of a hit or miss. I haven't been using weeklies in a while, but anywhere between the 4 hourly chart and down, I love to go ahead and use, and usually the smaller time frames are the time frames I like to go ahead and look for an entry point, right? Because the longer time frames, it might look like it's gonna pump, but on lower time frames, it might dump another additional 20 to 30% before it pumps to the upside, right? So for me personally, and we're gonna go ahead and see this right now for Bonk. If you are looking for an entry point on Bonk, even in the 15-minute chart, it's also doing this massive cup and handle pattern, right? It doesn't validate the cup and handle pattern until we break this area of resistance, which is, you know, for any pattern, you want to go ahead and see the breakout first before confirming that it is an actual pattern. Most of the time, what they like to go ahead and do is they like to go ahead and do these massive fake outs. Let me see. I don't know what's up with my camera, dude. What's up with my camera right here? I just realized my camera. Hold on right here. Okay, there you go. So you want to go ahead and wait for these breakouts before any of this really happens, right? So in order to confirm a breakout for Bonk, to confirm that we are in a cup and handle pattern, you would like to go ahead and see this at least break above 8433. Obviously, if you get around these zones, you make more money, right? So sometimes you have to go ahead and take the risk to go ahead and make money, but you really don't know where it's going to go ahead and head towards. But I'm telling you, we just saw two different charts with the cup and handle pattern. Right now on the 15-minute chart, we do see that the buy-in could be around the 7300 and even as low as 7049. So right now, if you're looking to go ahead and get into Bonk, obviously not financial advice, this would be like literally the perfect time right now that it's down, testing support one more time. We're using the smart money concept Lux Algo, which usually always shows us our support and resistance pretty accurately. I've been using this this indicator for a while. So if you do have TradingView, I would suggest you all to go ahead and check it out. But so far, you know, the indicator has been helping me a lot. Vernon says, I'm really quite happy you are not like a lot of these other people in the crypto space who are only there about their own gains, shilling all these company scams, no matter how it would affect others. You're a great guy. You are a great guy. I'm really happy I found your channel. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you for supporting. You know, that means a lot to me. And as I mentioned, the reason why I'm not like that is because of the fact that, one, I make money off these markets trading. Two, I've been wrecked. You know, I've been wrecked by a lot of these influencers. I've been wrecked by a lot of these top influencers that shill all these shit coins, or they shill their own coins or their own NFTs, and they end up selling it out to their community. Like, people just don't have morals, right? People just are more focused about the money and about themselves than, you know, about others. And for me personally, I know I can make money. I mean, you guys seen, I can make money regardless whether I upload videos or not, right? But my whole goal overall is to go ahead and really go ahead and make a change to what's going on in this world globally, and especially starting off with crypto. I really definitely do want to go ahead and make an impact here and change what goes on around in the space, and most specifically it's talk about, you know, topics that we talk about every day, and, you know, push a little bit more about what goes on in the world globally. And the only way you could go ahead and really do that is through community, right? So that's really what my long-term goal is, really to go ahead and you know, really make a difference in this space. You know, I think this space is really shitty and really shady, but there has to be someone that has to step up and really talk about this with some sort of influence and authority to go ahead and really showcase what really goes on in the space, right? But, you know, I only do this just because of the fact that as I mentioned, I've been wrecked by a lot of these other influencers too, and that's what I don't want to go ahead and be, right? Because I remember watching some of these influencers, putting all my trust and belief into them, and then waking up getting wrecked, knowing that, right? So for me personally, that's always been a thing. I'm just really passionate, man, when it comes to all this. I'm really mostly passionate about helping other people that might need that extra edge to go ahead and help themselves and really look at the markets that are other way, because a lot of us question our ability when it comes to trading, and most specifically mostly in the space about the manipulation that no one really talks about what goes on. I think there's in this space there's this mentality where, like, you have to go ahead and follow these kind of certain rules, or else you're looked upon kind of weird. I mean, I'm already looked upon kind of down because of the fact that I talk about shit coins. Like, no one wants to take me serious, but I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I know what I know. I know the value that I know, and I could go ahead and guarantee you that a lot of these influencers that are out here that are bigger channels than what we have growing here, dude, I can have a conversation with them and they won't be able to even answer to anything that I know. Why? Because I have the knowledge, bro. Shit coins is not the only thing I know. I know a lot more to that, but shit coins are really what my passion are. And I know with the meme tokens, that's what people mostly care about. So my goal is to go ahead and showcase the value of meme coins, and then go ahead and pivot that information to showing you real case utility when it comes to anything in the space of crypto. So that's what people don't understand, right? So looking at Bonk, as I mentioned, this does look pretty bullish in my opinion. Looking for a breakout very soon on the 15-minute chart. Looking at the 30-minute chart as well, we also see this massive cup and handle pattern forming as well, and we have found this area of support. So it has given us multiple charts where Bonk's looking super bullish in my opinion. Let's go ahead and switch over to the 4-hourly chart real quick, and the 4-hourly chart looks like it's getting ready to do some sort of squeeze movement too. We see the RSI getting ready to cross. So to me, the Bonk is looking pretty good. As I mentioned, my price target for Bonk would be to go ahead and see us pump all the way up from where we're at right now, and do possibly at a low end 25% pump all the way up to a 40% pump ideally, or 37% pump, which is not too crazy, right? That would be around the 80s to the 100s. So if you go ahead and put your TP, your take profit, of what that would be looking like if we were to go ahead and hit those zones, we're gonna go ahead and see that right now, right? And we're gonna go ahead and see that right now on camera, that if we go, or live, if we go ahead and hit those zones that we just talked about, even if I hit 7.8, that's a little bit over $477 in profits. If we hit 7.9, that's about $622 in profits. Let's say we hit our price target that I believe is gonna hit 8.5, that's about $1,400 in profits, right? So that's not that bad of a trade. I'm only using 6x leverage. I'm only risking about $1,800. Everything's looking pretty good. I have a decent entry, and my average is 7470, and right now the fair price is a 7481, right? So I'm not at the highest, but even with what all the patterns that we just looked at, it's looking extremely bullish. Even if we do hit our price target that I believe I'm going to be hitting, which is 0.95, that's about almost 3 grand in profit. And it's a huge resistance point. It's around 0.10, which at 0.10 will be $3,600 in profit. So for me personally, I'm looking to go ahead and hit anywhere between 9.5 or 10. That'd be about 3 grand in my pocket. So that'd be a pretty nice trade if we could go ahead and have some sort of breakout, hopefully by either tonight or by tomorrow. I wouldn't mind taking, 3.6K in profit, especially right now that I'm on vacation. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Pepe 2.0 to do its thing, we're also making money on other projects, right? So 3 grand to me on Bonk does not seem too bad to complain about, right? If it's by today, tomorrow, or even Monday, I'm not complaining. You could go ahead and also look at it as $1,000 a day. That's not too bad for me, right? So to me, it's looking extremely bullish in every way. And right now we're back at $71 in profit. So it just fluctuates a lot, especially with volatility and meme tokens just being meme tokens. But yeah, Pepe 2.0 is looking extremely bullish for me. Still be very, very careful. We're gonna go ahead and analyze this. As always, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ALTCOIN John. Go ahead and show some support. This is my Twitter right here, ALTCOIN John. Feel free to DM me, reach out to me. And yeah, you're definitely gonna go ahead and see some behind the scenes right now while I'm on vacation. So definitely go ahead and check that out. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Support the channel. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses with MEXC, my preferred platform. No KYC, and literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. So go ahead and show some love and support on those channels. I really do appreciate all of you showing love. Thank you all. Thank you, Dad Master, Glenn, Vernon, Happy. I see who else, Burry, Dad Master. Appreciate all of you tuning in, and I really do encourage all of you to go ahead and try to tune in on live. Live, you can go ahead and ask questions. I'll answer them, and we can go in a little bit more deeper when it comes to doing specific technical analysis. But I would encourage all of you to go ahead and come in live when you can. I will be going live tomorrow as well, and this whole entire week's times are going to be a little bit off, but I'll definitely still be doing updates when it comes to anything related to Pepe or anything that we're seeing with Bog. Hope all of you enjoy this video today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch all of you.